Man, about to start my walk. But before I do, man, I want to talk about a topic I'm very passionate about. A topic that always bring controversy from different people, not from me, guys, huh? But yeah, those comments might get controversial, but that's a different story. But it's a topic about education, guys. And the more I think about it, the more I always trying to make content for the youth, based on my experience. When I was younger, and stuff that I wish somebody would have told me, so I had a better understanding of things and made better choices. But either way, we so focus on academic education system, right? As the main thing, and usually it's pushed by parents. Parents push their kids to go to school and then college, get that degree. Unfortunately, as young men and women, we don't necessarily have choices to what our parents tell us, and usually academic education system is just looked at the key to get out and be successful in life. But it's no longer the case, guys. It's just no longer the case. And looking back, man, I'll tell you guys a funny story. I tried to quit school a few times, right? Not high school, but college, because it just didn't fit. I didn't feel it. I was failing. I failed my last year of high school. I was failing classes in college. I just wasn't feeling, but it was worse. I felt inadequate back then. I felt like, because if you didn't succeed in school, you were considered to be a loser. And I remember specifically at that time, because I had started college. When I started college, that's when around the same time I started my journey in business. And you're looked upon as a loser when you were failing in school and starting businesses, because business for those who are not successful in school, right? And I learned something valuable looking back. So before I talk about the value I learned, so yeah, I tried to quit school. I remember calling my mom and be like, yo, well, I didn't say yo, but I said, Mom, I don't think this is working. I have this great idea. And I didn't know better, but I don't want to do school no more. And there was a pause on the other line for a few seconds, and she said, if you quit school, don't ever talk to me again. And that was it, man. I was like, well, I looked at my options, and not talking to my mom no more, being cut off. Nah, that ain't gonna work. Let me go back. But then, I finally finished school, graduated, got my college degree, did computer science, and a minor in French, and to boost my grade, of course. But got out of school, couldn't get a job. And the worst part is, I started living on my own early on in life. But I was amazed that, school was not preparing you for the reality of the real world. You got to know how to balance your checkbook. You got to have a bank account. You got to pay your phone bill, your electricity bill. And I didn't know none of that stuff. And to me, school is about acquiring knowledge about life. And I get out of school, I paid X amount of money. To be truthful, we pay around $50,000 in college fees. Couldn't get a job. And I was getting a low job, but not in my field. And I kept hearing the same thing. Hey, you need more experience. And I was like, wow. So the lesson I learned, the number one lesson is, right? School is a business. School is a business. You have to pay to school. You have to pay to go to school, right? College, same thing. You have to pay, and they tell you acquiring this knowledge and all those things. But you get out, you should be ready to face the real world. You should be ready, for whatever the real world is, because that's what it is. It's a transition from being a kid to a man, right? And that transition is supposed to prepare you for the real world, right? So I went ahead and I wasn't prepared. And then I remember my counselor in school told me that, well, the reality is, school did their job. Now you have to do yours and start hustling. And no, that's not their responsibility to hook you up with a job and all those things. And that stuff stuck in my mind. I was like, that don't make no sense. I spent $50,000 for a school education, and I'm not even guaranteed a job. If this money was a loan, I'll be stuck with this loan for X amount of time. School is a business. They're there to make money. You need to look at school as an investment. Am I going to get my money back? Number one, how long will it take? Is it worth it? The second thing I've learned is now today, school is not the only way out anymore. Acquiring knowledge has been democratized because the knowledge now can be accessed online. I've learned about renewable energy. Everything I know about renewable energy, I learned on YouTube, guys. Believe it or not, I didn't go to school for that stuff. I learned on YouTube, spending 2-3 hours every day, acquiring knowledge. But it requires discipline. It requires, commitment from you to get that knowledge. But now you don't need to go to school and spend all this money, right? Now, and the problem also with school is they build a one system, to cater to everybody. So everybody's channeled to this one system. And whether you fit in or not, that's the system you have to go to. And a lot of us don't fit into that system. The school system in general, not all of them, benefit those who have a very good memory of things, right? You can memorize and spit back whatever the teacher is. They don't teach you critical thinking. They don't teach you to think outside the box. Guys, they just tell you knowledge you can't even question. You're just supposed to accept it and then run with it. And that don't make no sense. And you need to ask yourself that question, guys. If it's not fitting what you want to do, now you need to ask yourself, is this the right path for me? Should I look for another path? Because after all, it's your life. You can't live somebody else's life. You have to live your life. So this is my take on education, guys. And I hope it'll give you guys some thinking about that. If you're 18 looking for college, I definitely know one thing. And I'll end it with this before I start my walk. I'll definitely, if my kids at 18 comes to me and say, hey, Dad, I don't want to go to college. I want to go to this specialized skill sets on arts and all this, that'll be fine with me, man. Because as long as you know what you want to do in life, that's the most important part. Now you need to find a vehicle to get you there, which is what education should be in general. So I hope you take that at face value. Take care. See you next time.